This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm joined by promoter Lou DiBELLA. Lou, we're here in Miami. It's for weigh-in. Lou, but first and foremost, how are you?
This was a cool weigh-in. This was a very cool weigh-in. It had the energy of like an HBO weigh-in from the 1990s when, it was like a giant party. It was very cool. And I think this show on Thursday night is loaded and has something for everybody. The hardcore boxing fans, the YouTubers, everybody. And I'm looking forward to the Farmer Diaz, and I think it's gonna be a great show.
There's obviously a lot of talk about the YouTubers on the card, but I
gotta tell you, man, I was like, I was like negative about that stuff a while ago. But talking to these guys, they're not disrespecting anybody. They're making money and they're having fun. And if people want to see it, it's cool. And I'm all right with it. And I don't really know who they are, but I spent some time chatting with them today, and I was shocked by the polls. Are pretty decent dudes.
When you consider these events, though, and the extra bit of effort that's been put into it, especially when we consider, you got Anderson Gibb versus Jake Paul, two YouTubers, is there going to kind of be this misconception that people will assume all boxing events will be like this in the future?
I hope not, because the YouTube stuff is YouTube competition. It's not professional boxing, and they know it, and they're not disrespecting anyone. They're calling out their own. I mean, when they start calling out pro boxers, I'm going to make fun of them. And you know what? I think, but if they're fighting each other, I don't. It is what it is. People like it. To each his own. Look, boxing is a subset of the sports business, which is a subset of the entertainment business, and we're in this business to entertain people. And fighters, real fighters, know that they're in the business to entertain people. These guys aren't professional prize fighters, but they're entertaining people. And it's one of the reasons why they got millions and millions of people following them, and they're making millions and millions of dollars. And if I view this as just sort of added value on a card. So if you don't like it, I may go, look, after looking at a tape of the guy fighting Jake Paul, I may just go to the bar and have a beer when the fight happens. And that's your prerogative. If you don't like it, take 20 minutes off. But you know what? It might be entertaining. And for people that dig that stuff, it's bringing more eyeballs to some good boxing, some professional boxing. So I got no problem with it now. Yeah.
How key do you think it's been that in the build-up to this, there's obviously been a lot less attention on that YouTube fight in comparison to the KSI Logan Paul fight in LA, which has allowed people to think about the World Championship fights? I
got to be honest with you, if the YouTube fight is going to be the main event, then I'd almost rather it be an all YouTube card, Because I don't think that it's fair to professional world champions to be on the undercard of some YouTube guys. But if in between a couple of great boxing matches like Farmer and Diaz, and then Andrade fighting Keeler, I expect Andrade to beat Keeler, but I like Luke, and I think he's going to throw down as hard as he can, and he's going to try to do whatever he can to take out Andrade early. If there are YouTube guys fighting in between, and it's not the main event, I feel a little differently about it. I'd rather see a YouTube fight being the main event of a YouTube card than pro fighters fighting on the undercard of a YouTube.
Away from the YouTube fight and onto the real boxing that everybody's been talking about as well. Obviously you got Tevin Farmer versus Joseph Diaz. Tevin, your guy. What exactly should he expect tomorrow night against Joseph?
I think that Tevin's going to try to make a statement. I think he's going to try to not only outbox Diaz and use his tremendous defensive and boxing skills, but I think he's going to try to mix it up and put on a performance that people are going to love. Diaz is a tough kid. I like the kid. I like how he called him out. I like how both he and Tevin, played off each other to make this fight happen. I expect him to be there 110%. I don't think he's going to win, but I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. And look, this is the hardest fight of Tevin's career, in my view. This is a fight that people are going to pay attention to in the boxing industry. Tevin's being given the opportunity to make a statement. Jojo's being given the opportunity to be a champion. They both have everything at stake, so I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to the Danny Roman fight. And then after that, I'm going to have some fun.
What are you getting up to, Lou?
What?
What are you going to get up to?
I don't know, maybe a couple of shots of tequila, a beer or two. I've been a good boy lately. I think maybe I'm going to have a good time Thursday night.
So I wanted to ask you as well. Obviously, we've seen Ivan Baranchyk floating around the hotel this week. What exactly is he doing out here?
He's looking for his next fight. I want to get him in the ring March or April. I'd like to get him to DAZN. I'd like to, if Regis fights Hooker with Mikey Garcia at DAZN, Ivan Baranchyk is the most exciting guy at 140. People talk about, oh, he's crude. He can punch walls down. Ask Josh Taylor about it. You know, ask anyone who's ever fought Ivan Baranchyk about his punching power. Ask Anthony Yiggett. He's an exciting fighter. He's a world-class fighter, and he belongs in the mix with the top guys. So I'd like to bring him over here because if Regis is going to come over here to fight Hooker, with right now Mikey Garcia fighting Jesse Vargas, I think that Ivan fits right into that mix.
Everybody knows Ivan Baranchyk. He's a world level fighter at super lightweight. But how do you kind of deal with keeping him upbeat, keeping him happy in these kind of times when he'll be frustrated that he just can't quite seem to get a fight?
He's a little frustrated right now. He's a little frustrated that he hasn't been able to hook up with a big fight. I mean, look, man, people thought he was knocked out against Josh Taylor. He came back. He hurt Taylor in that fight. He made it a close fight. Hey, Josh Taylor, who's a great fighter, he knows what Ivan Baranchyk is. Ask any 140-pounder in the world. Ivan Barancyk's a beast. His nickname fits, and I want to get him in a place where he can get big fights. And you know, right now Ramirez's dance card is filled for the rest of the year. He's got 2 mandatories. I don't know. Taylor seems to be waiting to fight the guy from Thailand, and then maybe they're going to fight each other. So neither one of those guys is going to be available. I'd like to get Ivan into the mix with the best he can be in the mix with. And I'm, you know, I've been talking to Eddie. I've been talking also to the DAZN guys. I want him to have the big opportunities. He deserves it. He can fight, and he's fun. This is the entertainment business. We want to have fun. We want to make the biggest fights. I can tell you this right now. There's no fight in the world that Ivan Baranchyk will turn down if it's going to pay him and his family. There's nobody he's going to turn down. And he's a danger to anyone in boxing.
I know you obviously work with both of them, but as a thought crossed your mind of maybe putting him in with Regis Progress?
Yes. And you know what? I work with both of them, but neither one of them is afraid of anybody. And they'll both fight anybody. And yeah, it's occurred to me. And I've talked to Eddie and DAZN about just that. You know, if we can make Hooker and Regis, the winner is there for Mikey Garcia. But if Mikey Garcia goes to a Pacquiao or something bigger, then Baranchyk and the winner of that fight is World War III.
And my final question, throughout the week I've seen you floating about the hotel, always busy, always on the phone. Can you give us an exclusive? What have you got going on, Lou?
I don't know, but you'll be the first to know.
Lou, it's a pleasure to catch up with you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you.
Always good to be on Boxing Social.